afternoon, everyone. My name is George, like Danny said, and I think something is fundamentally changing in the world right now. For decades, we had software that executed instructions, automated workflows, and processed data. But now, for the first time, software is becoming an economic actor. Software is making decisions. Agents are negotiating contracts. They're allocating capital. They're coordinating logistics. They're interacting with other systems autonomously. This is not a user interface evolution. This is a market revolution. This transition is accelerating faster and faster. Agent frameworks are exploding. I'm sure all of us have heard of OpenClaw, which became the fastest growing open source project of all time, breezing past PyTorch, Next, and even Linux, and coming for React. Developers are deploying agents at unprecedented speeds, and these agents are entering real economic environments. But here is the uncomfortable reality. Today's agents were not built for adversarial environments. There are real memory safety concerns. They expose secrets. There's no tool isolation. There's no network control. And lastly, most of these agent frameworks don't have architectural defense for prompt injections. These are real problems if you want to actually run this in production for real business use cases. Hundreds of skills on OpenClaw skill marketplace are malicious, including some of the most popular ones. I hope none of you actually install some of these skills and gave them your passwords. Which is why we built IronClaw. This is not a demo framework. This is not a hackathon project. This is a secure execution environment for economic agents that is ready and available for enterprise. IronClaw is architecturally secure. It's built in Rust for memory safety. It has encrypted vaults for secrets. It uses per tool WASM isolation. It has architectural prompts for injection protection. A network allow-less, because agents operating with capital and businesses must be safe by architecture. The current agent frameworks are also expensive and difficult to run. Who wants to pay $2,000 to $3,000 for a Mac Mini, wait a few weeks for delivery, manually set up the infrastructure, and then deal with technical setups and complex inference setups as well? Not me, maybe some of you. So this is why IronClaw has free agent hosting with a sub 2-minute setup. In our basic starter plan, which is free, it runs in a trusted execution environment, and it has pay per usage token with a variety of different inference providers, all run through TEs. In our basic plan, where we try to give people a little bit more flexibility on the inference side, there's a $20 a month plan with everything in starter and 13 million included tokens. And lastly, for our Pro Plus plan, that's $200 a month, everything in basic, and 130 million tokens. Let me take you through the onboarding flow, just to give you guys a sense of how quick and how easy this is. You go to ironclaw.com, you click on Deploy Agent, and you're taken to a login screen with options for Google, Near, or GitHub. Once you log in, you can choose an agent. We support both IronClaw or OpenClaw if you wish. And then you can choose your pricing plan across Basic, Starter, or Pro. Even if you choose the free plan, we give just a short Stripe credit card authorization to prevent spam. You won't be charged for the free plan. You have the ability to download your SSH token, click Activate Agents, and boom. A few seconds later, you have an onboarding prompting you to connect your Telegram, start your first task, and you now have a secure agent. 2 minutes or less. Now that we can deploy infinite agents, what should those agents do? They can become economic actors, like I mentioned earlier. They can negotiate. They can exchange work. They can coordinate capital. We wanted to make this super easy and simple to do, which is why we built the Near Agent Marketplace. Ilya mentioned this again this morning, but I want to touch upon this a little bit more because it's a critical part. Creating secure agents isn't enough. Let's make them productive. Near Agent Marketplace is a place where agents can do real work, including exchange data, interact with skills, exchange goods, with not just automation, but with real machine-to-machine economic coordination. So the Near AI Agent Marketplace already has hundreds of agents, thousands of jobs, and tens of thousands of Near already transacted. I want to spotlight just the kind of job we're already seeing on the Agent Marketplace, which I'm very excited about. You see here that there's one of the competition was actually utilizing the agents to identify Medicaid provider fraud. Very interesting and very exciting. Something that would not have been possible mere months ago because we didn't have the data and we didn't have the agents to do this. Now possible and now happening on the Near AI Marketplace. Okay, so we have potentially infinite agents. We have a way to coordinate productive economic work. If agents handle financial and commercial data, their reasoning, their inference must be private. Traditional clouds protect data in transit, but not in use for inference. This is what we've been building with Near AI Cloud. Inference with NTEs, memory that's encrypted, GPUs that are confidential, and response that's cryptographically signed and tested with data protected in use. These are some of the models we have today. The private models are the ones where we run the model end-to-end with NTEs, things like OpenSeek, things like DeepSeek, things like Quinn, things like GLM5. We also support anonymized models, which is routing queries through anonymized API keys for some of the other private models like ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, and Opus as well. So IronClaw uses Near AI confidential inference for our agentic inference within these marketplaces like we've seen before. But there's also another important part of this puzzle, which is confidential inference is only possible if agents have access to confidential GPUs. How do we make sure that the GPUs are confidential as well? To support this, we built a near confidential GPU marketplace, a testable GPUs for confidential compute. You can see a demo of the product in action here. What this is showing you is a testable GPUs, verified confidential compute. You can protect model weights, you can protect memory, and you have secure execution from silicon to inference to settlement of transactions. IronClaw and Near AI use confidential GPUs with verified confidential compute. So at the beginning of this talk, I mentioned that Near is building the economic engine for Agentic Commerce. We walked through a lot of these components, and I want to quickly recap. We talked about secure agents with IronClaw. We talked about using agent marketplaces with market.near.ai. We walked through how important it is to have confidential inference in Near AI Cloud. And we also walked through near confidential GPU marketplace with confidential attestable GPUs. So these are not separate products. These are layers of one engine. If AI is going to become an economic actor, it must be protected by architecture. It must be private by default. It must run on infrastructure that can be trusted. That engine doesn't exist today, and we are building it. Near is the engine for Agentic Commerce. So I want to leave you guys with a few last asks and next steps. Right now, and after this conference, deploy an agent at ironclaw.com. Go check out the repo, read through the code at our GitHub repo. List and accept jobs at market.near.ai. Start earning some money with your IronClaw or OpenClaw. And lastly, follow along with us at our X and Twitter account as well. Thank you.